Greetings. This is going to be a pick a card reading. It was kind of inspired by the idea from a channel that I came across, and I'm just going to put my own twist on it a little bit, but I will leave the video in the description box that inspired me to do this pick a card. And this pick a card reading is who is your future child and what are their spiritual gifts, their life purpose, and such. So I'm going to go into a little bit of detail with that. Now, I did notice for one of the piles, I'm not going to say which pile, but one of the piles has multiple children that came out. So it doesn't necessarily mean that everyone's going to have this set of children, this number, a number of children per se. And it doesn't mean that whatever other piles does not have multiple children mean that you're only going to have one future child. It may just pick up on one of them specifically for whatever reason. So just keep that in mind. By the way, you could also be expecting as well, and this could still possibly resonate with you. But of course, these readings are general. You'd have to get your own personal reading to know exactly, verbatim, not based off of something general where I'm tapping into multiple people's energies and situations and the babies and stuff coming through. So keep that in mind. So 4 piles to choose from. I have pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, and pile 4. Okay, so I will give you guys a moment to reflect on which pile or number stands out to you the most, and then we'll go ahead and start the reading. All right, pile number 1. This is going to be your reading. So let's go ahead and tap into your future children's or child's energy. Who are they? Their purpose, their spiritual gifts. So this group has multiple babies. This was the group I was talking about where I asked about the child, because with the archetype cards, I separated the child cards and the archetypes, and when I was shuffling them, I pulled 3. So 3 babies that came out specifically for this group, or one of your babies could be one of these archetypes. It does not have to be that your baby is every single archetype, so keep that in mind. Also, I just would like to say that this reading is completely general. This is not a personal reading. You'd have to get a personal reading with the reader to know specifically if something is meant for you or not. Not to solely go off of general energy readings, because it's tapping into multiple people's situations. But anyway, so if you guys are interested in booking a personal reading with me, you guys can check out my website for that. You guys know where to find me if you're interested. I do have a special running right now, so if you're interested, you guys can check my community tab in regards to that. So you guys can also be expecting babies, so this could also be picking up on them. Okay, so let's see your 3 babies. You have the child eternal, the child wounded, and the child divine. So let's start with this first baby that we're picking up on. So I'm going to look at both their positive attributes and their shadow attributes. So this is a child that's very much has a lot of energy. They could be a fire sign. This person has a lot of stamina, a lot of energy. Like I said, very playful. They might be the type of child that has an imaginary friend, because I'm seeing this little boy chasing this butterfly, and there's this person floating behind them. So it could be like they're into imaginary friends. They may also be the type of child that makes a lot of friends. So I do get, if it's a boy or girl, they're very fiery, very playful. They may have a yellow aura, like a golden yellow aura. This baby will come in at a time, or the news of the pregnancy will definitely bring about a positive transformation into your life. Like, this child is like a beautiful gift and very busy. So when you're pregnant with this baby, this one may be like the kicker, the one that keeps you up all night or is constantly moving. And when they get older, they might be the life of the party type of person. But there'll be someone that even when they're older, they'll have this childlike spirit about them. There'll be someone that makes everybody laugh. There's someone that may be very creative, most likely the positive one, like usually optimistic and positive and outgoing. This is an extroverted child. um, the downside to this is that you might have a hard time with disciplining this child, only because I feel like they might be a little bit stubborn. When they get older, it's kind of like, well, you just grow up a little bit. Like they might be the type of um, person that's like still childlike, not taking things seriously. They may also be a child that doesn't go off to college. They might not be that type, or they'll stick around with their family. Like they might live with their parents for a long time, or even when they live out on their own, they may constantly be asking for money to help pay bills and stuff like that. They may go in and out of jobs, because I feel like their energy is very high, so they can't really sit in one place too long. So that's the type of energy I get with this first child. um, the wounded child. So this child right here may have come from, this baby may come at a time, or you may find out that you're pregnant due to a breakup or some sort of a difficult relationship, perhaps, and some sort of heavy experiences. You may be like, say for instance, you just gone through a breakup with someone. Maybe you accidentally got pregnant by the wrong person, but the baby is meant to be here. This baby is like the one that's going to help bring compassion around other people. They may sense people's woundedness. So this is an empath, this baby. I feel like they're the one that brings the family together. They'll be that type of person as an adult and as a child. They'd be like, Mommy, stop fighting, or, Daddy, stop fighting, or they're like the peacemaker. And I feel like this may be a second or third addition to the family for some of you that may already have children. They're very loving and very nurturing. For some of you, this is like twin babies. So I'm getting premature babies for some. I don't wish that on anybody, because my daughter was a preemie, but she's strong and she's normal and stuff now, but it was like, the time was a lot. Also, this child could, the pregnancy may be a little bit of a challenge with this baby, but I get like this is a strong, powerful individual. I do get, like I said, I get empathic energies. I feel like there's someone who has this heart to love people who may be misfortunate in some way, and they may be the one that likes to console people. So their shadow attributes is that they could be the type of person that blames every circumstance on other people. So say for instance, this child, you had this child with someone that you didn't marry or stay with, or it could have been just a toxic relationship, and you're no longer with that parent. They may blame their upbringing on you, or their father, or their mother, whatever, that you weren't there, or they weren't there, or it's they blame their circumstances maybe on other things, because I feel like this child may be a child that has a lot of karmic lessons or experiences to learn in life, to awaken them, or also to awaken other people. So they may blame their circumstances on other people. But I get this is a very strong individual. This baby is, as a child even, like I said, they might be the type of, like say for instance, they see a little kid that's been bullied, they might go sit down and play with that child because they feel, something. Or if there's a kid that's playing by themselves that have no friends, they'll be the one to link up with those kids. I see them as that type of person. The third child that I'm picking up on is the divine. So this is a pure soul that has never been here before, but that doesn't mean that they don't come from some place. If you believe in star seeds and all that other stuff, they come from some place, obviously. But I feel like this is an unexpected pregnancy, like really unexpected, or like a blessing. Like I didn't think I could get pregnant type of baby that's coming through. This one is like this pure soul this baby you know is like divinely connected to you or divinely brought here in some sort of like way, more than just I had a baby and I'm bringing life into this world or whatever. You see this baby in like some sort of spiritual sense. They bursted through this world, I feel like very miraculously. Not getting that it's like some of you, it could be you guys, this is an adoption. This baby may come to you through adoption. Maybe you always wanted a baby and you finally had that chance and opportunity through adoption or surrogates or something like that. This is a miracle child to some people, and like I said, some I didn't think I could get pregnant, or my partner didn't think that they can get pregnant. We didn't think that we could have a child, and this happens. This child comes through. So I just get like there'll be a blessing in your life, and to many others, I feel like they have a very pure soul. They might be a crystal. If you believe in like crystals, indigo, rainbow children, they may be a crystal, and they are like a mix between extroverted or introverted, or you may have one or the other, like their personality type. But for some, they could be very sensitive, whether male or female. They may get hurt easily. They may feel sad easily. So the lower attributes of this is that sometimes they don't always know how to stand up for themselves, and on a spiritual level, they're so open to people. They need to protect their energy. This is kind of like a baby that, because some babies will let you know whether they like someone's vibe or energy or not. And this child may just be very receptive to multiple people's energies. So just protect your children. Like, say for instance, a stranger walks up to them. Some babies are like, no, or some kids are like, who the hell are you? What do you want? Like, get away from me. And some kids like run up to strangers and talk and stuff. This is that type of child. So just put a protective shield around them. But let's see what else we get. Okay, so the first baby, and the color kind of matches a little bit. The internal child, the one that has all of this burst of energy, they have the muse. So they have fairy-like energy. They may love animals. They love nature. There's someone that's very inspirational. They're a child. Like I said, they have a lot of different gifts. They're very creative, and they're in touch with themselves. Very passionate individuals. They have a lot of Venus ruling aspects in their chart, maybe. Or they might have a Venus in Leo, or Sagittarius or Aries, but I'm getting Leo energies for some of them, or they could be born during Leo season, but they have a lot of Venus placements. They're very, very in touch with their playful side, and just get that a lot of people will take well to this baby. There could be something significant with elephants. They could be like a chubby child, or they could be really tall too, whether they're a male or female, very tall. So let's see what the child wounded. You got the artist. So the artist is also Venus ruling. So they could have some placements, a lot of Venus in their chart. This will be the artsy one. I see this as the one that also is creative, but they are more hands-on with their creativity. Like they'll be into drawing, and they may be into like sewing and stuff, because I was very drawn to this quilt. So they could be someone into sewing. I get like an old soul with the second one, like they've been here before. They're like the person that's the peacemaker. They want everything to be harmonious, and they're very, very spiritual, very, very connected on a deep level. The fox card may come out, so they may be very, very attractive once they get older. They might be like a stud, if it's a guy, they'll be very, very attractive. If they're a girl, you might say, oh, she's foxy, that's like old school terms, but yeah, they're very, very handsome and attractive. They may have like a light hair color as well. So let's see what the divine child's. You got the merchant with Mercury ruling, so they could be a Gemini person. By the way, the Venuses can also be Taurus and Libra, because those are ruling planets of Venus, or those are the zodiac signs that are connected to Venus. But Mercury could be a Gemini child for some of you, or they're very, very vocal. They're very, very open, and they communicate. So I see this child as very abundant. Like, they'll probably be the money maker in your family. There's all these monies, like dollar bills on this tree. I never noticed that, but hence all the green. So this, they could be like, have some sort of special placement, where there's like financial stability. This person could work in the communicative field when they get older. Social work. They could also be into inventions and technology. So this child may be very good with technology and coming up with stuff and help you fix things. Like, they'll just come up with, oh no, you're not doing it right. Look here, mom, try this, and you're like, oh shit, like, kids already know how to use technology like no other. They're not from here. Whoever this child is, they have not been here before, but they're from somewhere else. And I feel like they're very wise too at the same time. A very wise child, but very good with money, or will be very good at attracting finances. All right, let's see what else we got. The Six of Pentacles, the Moon, and the Wheel of Fortune. So these are your babies. So the Six of Pentacles, I feel, is the child divine's card for some reason. And the Moon, I feel like this is the wounded child. And the Wheel of Fortune, I feel like, is the internal child, the first child I picked up on. So I am getting Libra. I don't know, that slipped out of my mouth. I'm getting Taurus and Leo energy for this child, for sure. But that doesn't have to be their sun sign. It could be when you conceive, like during those seasons. So some of you may already have gotten pregnant during Libra season, I'm just saying, or Leo season. You already got pregnant. But I'm just seeing that this child is, their spiritual gifts could very well be premonitions. They could be someone that can predict the future. They're highly intuitive, and I feel they can tap into the Akashics even as a child. You see how she's, especially if it's a girl, she'll be able to tap into the Akashic record. She's very, very in tune spiritually. School, the answer that you're seeking involves school. So they may have been here a few times. There's something about the life path number 8 or 9. I'm getting 8 or 9, life path 8 or 9. So they've been here maybe that many times. I just see, if you look at this child in this picture, they almost look very grown. So this person, even though they're very playful, this child is playful, lighthearted, the life of the party. They're very, very wise. I feel like they might even be able to teach you a thing or two, or their life purpose could involve them teaching others. Does not have to be spiritual things, but I feel like that is their calling in life. Like, that's what they're meant to do. And I feel like they do have like a big purpose with this. Y'all notice that I read this for the child eternal, but I was feeling like the Six of Pentacles could be them, but this is the child divine. If I can't remember what I said. See, I be channeling, I don't be here. Like, I just noticed that. So this could be the child divine, because I said this person was very good with money. I'm very, very clear and sure that this is the wounded child, and I'll get to that in a second. But yeah, I feel this is the first baby that I picked up on. So let's see what the wounded child's energy. You got the Moon and crystals. Did I say that they were a crystal? I think I said the child divine was a crystal. But either way, they're very connected with channeling. They can channel energies well. So they're very empathic. Like I said, they can pick up people's energies. Like, when someone is hurting, they can sense it. When you're hurting, maybe even in the wound, like, you might feel like they have this sense of healing for you. Or if this is not a baby that you're going to carry, whether you're male or you're just, you're not going to carry the baby, they're very, very in tune with the energies around them. And you might even feel like a deep, deep bond or connection already with this baby, like they're talking to you or something while you're carrying them, or like while you're waiting for this baby to come into the world. If you're not carrying, for whatever reason, you may sense. Okay, you may even have like a major, like your intuition may even heighten stronger while carrying this one. But yeah, their life purpose does involve healing. So they're going to be a healer for a lot of people, whether that's professionally, or whether that's just through hobbies, whether that's just through everyday life. That's just who they are, and that's what they represent. They like to call out the wounds because they're here to help people heal. Okay? And sometimes it could weigh heavy on them because they pick up other people's energies. So the child divine, they have the Six of Pentacles with career change. Yeah, this person may change jobs a lot. They may travel a lot. I see this as a person that's very independent. Their spiritual gifts with the Six of Pentacles is definitely stability. They can manifest their ass off in the material sense. Like, if maybe they might even help you do that. Because I'll be asking kids sometimes, like, hey, can you say this for me? Because kids don't have most kids, I will say, will have a fresh, pure essence where they're not thinking about limitations. Most children have a vivid imagination, and they are very expansive and open to things happening in imagination or whatever. So this child, may even as a child, may help you like get some bills paid. Like, hey, can you manifest like some money coming in? And they're like, yeah, let's pray for some money, mommy, or something, and then or daddy or whatever. And just, but I feel like this person is very, very gifted at manifesting. So it doesn't have to just be money, but it could be physical things. Like, they might say, I wish it would rain, and it rains. So they're going to have maybe they're going to be an entrepreneur perhaps, and they might have different hats that they wear in the career sense. They just want to enjoy their life. They live life abundantly. I feel like they might not get married and stuff like that. It's not something that they're very focused on. They might be just here to enjoy life and enjoy people. They may enjoy living on their own and maybe have a dog or a cat. They're cool with that. I just see this as a very independent child that you don't have to worry about them because they're also very focused and very goal-oriented. So that's what I'm seeing. I hope that resonated. That was interesting. It's kind of fun. I love kids for the most part. Sometimes they get on my nerves. That's probably because I have some. But yes, I hope you guys enjoyed that reading. It was fun. It was kind of interesting. So let me know how you guys like it. If you guys have any suggestions, leave them in the comment section. And if I feel called and led to do it for the collective, if you guys would like to book me for a personal reading, check the description. My spooky sale is available all of October. You guys can check out the community tab or some of my latest videos. I did post about the spooky sale. If you're interested, you guys can follow me on Instagram, Walu Child Readings. Much love as always. Take care. Thank you for watching. Alright, greetings number 2. So pile number 2. This is your baby's energy, your future baby's energy. So let's see. You got quite a few cards that came out for you guys. So you got the child of nature. So your baby loves nature or will love nature. This is, you get a little girl. And this group may have like an African American child, whether it's biracial, whether it's, you're African American, what have you. I see that for a majority of the group. That does not mean that it's going to be for everyone, but I feel guided to say that for a reason. They love animals. They love all types of animals. They may be the child that loves the zoo or may be against the zoo if they're like, aware, because to me, like, I love the zoo, but at the same time I don't, because I feel kind of bad for them being in like fake ass environments, or habitats or whatever, but that's just me. So anyway, they may also have like a communication ability with animals. I'm jumping into their gifts, but yeah, they could be the type that could hear nature speak to them, like the trees. They could hear the trees talk to them, like the birds. They could hear, like, this is me. What the hell? This is me. This is scary. But they talk to animals, or they may feel like animals communicate with them. May not be like they hear voices, but they could sense what they're trying to convey. If an animal's hurting, if they're happy, if they don't like someone or something, they can sense that. They're very in tune with nature and other human beings alike. They're very in tune. So they may have the gift of telepathy. This may be an earth sign child for some of you. I feel like they're very friendly. on the light side of things. They're very friendly people. They're also maybe a little bit shy, but or reserved. They may not be shy. They might just be a little bit reserved. They could be observant. The downside, I feel like they might be a child that doesn't like animals and nature. They could be someone that doesn't respect nature. They could be, or they could be scared of animals or something. Maybe they don't like dogs, or they don't like cats, or they're scared of, certain things like that. But that's for some of you, take what may resonate, or, just leave it open. Because these are general readings. These are not personal readings. So the only way that you'll know if something is truly meant for you specifically is by getting your own reading. So, but yeah, I'm getting this child is very, very in tune with nature, very down to earth, like welcoming for the most part. So they have communicator with Mercury. So they have Mercury in their chart as well. I get that this child, if they're not like a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or maybe their Mercury sign is a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, or they could also be a Gemini too, born in May. Because I get like almost like Taurus vibes from this card, or Taurus, Gemini cusp. So they're very, very communicative and honest. They're very like old soul, like very straightforward. They get along with people. They like to talk. So maybe once they get to know you, they could be very, very vocal and communicative, like just talking off the ass. And again, all this green, they're very earthy. They thrive in nature. So this is a child that wants to go to the park often. They may like fishing. They may like to swim. They may like collecting rocks and shells, and they might just love to just be out in nature. That's their thing. They might want to live in areas where there's a lot of nature around. They won't be the type of person that likes to be just in cities and buildings where there's no plants and trees, and they have to have that around them. They may even ask you to buy flowers or plants to put in the house, or they may like to have backyards, because some people live in like city type of buildings where there's no gardens and stuff or backyards. So they need that around them. Yeah, they're very, very intelligent too. So very quick-witted. So if, they're like a little kid, their motor skills as a child, as a baby, they may advance. They may talk early, because some people, their babies surpass certain milestones early than what they say the average month or whatever they should be talking or walking, whatever. I feel like this is a very communicative baby, or they coo a lot, like they're talking to you, because some babies, they coo like they're having a conversation with you. I feel like they could be like that as a child. Once they learn to talk, or even if it's just jibber jabber in the beginning as a toddler, like people will be like, hi, and they'll start talking, and they'll keep up a little conversation. I feel like this is that baby or child or person or adult when they get older. So let's see what their gifts are. The speaker and energy healing. Okay. They have a lot of major arcana, or not major, sorry, a lot of tarot cards that came out. So you have the Queen of Swords. You have the Ten of Swords, the Hermit, and the Two of Pentacles. So their spiritual gifts is that they don't play no games. Like, yeah, I might be sweet and all that, but like, don't you cross me. Yeah, they could be Geminis. A lot of you, this is a Gemini or Virgo or Capricorn. Could still be Taurus energy, but the Two of Pentacles is Capricorn, and the Hermit card is Virgo, and the Queen of Swords is an air sign. Specifically, the Ten of Swords is Gemini. So they definitely could have some Gemini in their chart and some Earth in their chart, like I said before. And I'm just like, this is dope, because I don't look at the cards. So it's just kind of funny how everything lines up. So I trust you, Spirit. So Queen of Swords and the Ten of Swords, I get, again, like they're very, very vocal and very straightforward. They might be like, well, duh, the speaker. Hopefully this didn't pause, because my charger is going out. Hold on, or my device needs to charge. Okay. Again, they got the speaker. So their life purpose involves them speaking, and it could be they'll be an activist, or they might be the type of person that speaks on, maybe they might be an environmentalist, or they might speak on things in the environment that, I just said environmentalist, but okay, an activist, or it could be just different things. I feel like they may be very vocal about animals' rights specifically. They could be an ambassador for something, because I just get like this warrior spirit from the Queen of Swords, like she's fighting for a cause. So they definitely will be more likely a forefront person, or they may work in criminal justice or law or something. The Two of Pentacles is that they have two different choices about the paths that they could choose, because it's like, or you might have a child that's choosing to be more reserved rather than out in the forefront, or you have like a mixture between an extrovert or introvert child for some of you, and they have a decision, but nonetheless, like their purpose ultimately is that they are meant to enlighten people. And I feel like this person may have a life path number that's a 9, or maybe even 11, which is 2 technically. So they're here to enlighten others. Energy healers, they have that ability to do so because they're so connected to nature. So they may work in hospitals, they do nursing, or some sort of body therapy, so massage therapies, maybe Reiki specifically, or animals, they may be veterinarians and stuff like that, pediatricians. I feel like they have that, that's part of what they do, and they speak up for others that can't speak for themselves. So if that be people, that be children, Mother Nature, like they're gonna be there to express this, and they're so articulate and so intelligent, and everything just seems to flow through them. Their words they speak like, it's like you listen. Like I feel like when they speak, people will get chills when they speak, or they could even be singers too. But I'm looking at her hair, and it's like her hair is standing up. So like when they speak, it's spirit speaking through them, and therefore they may give people chills when they say certain things, because they're so gifted with communication, and they're led by spirit. That's what I see with the Queen of Swords. So most of you may be having girls in this group. I'm getting woman vibe. So there's a lot of feminine energy with this group. Okay. All right, cool. All right, that was fun. I like this one. So I hope that this resonated or entertainment for you guys at the least part, or the least bit. So if this resonated or you enjoyed this video, feel free to like it. If you guys would like to book a personal reading with me, check the description box for the link to my website. I do have a special running for October, my spooky sale. The information is in my community section about the special. I did post a video about it, so you guys can also check that video out, or you guys can follow me on Instagram, Walu Child Readings, to keep up to date with certain things and specials I have going on. And if you guys have any suggestions for the next pick a card reading, leave it in the comments section below, and if I feel like it serves the collective, we'll get to it. So much love as always. Take care. Peace. Alright, group number 3. Let's see what your future baby is like, their life purpose, their spiritual gifts. So we're going to start with the attributes of your child. Okay. Magical. This child is magical. Okay, so let's start with their positive attributes, and we'll look at the shadow side. So this is like a fairy-like child that just goes with the flow. They're kind of mystical. Like they might be a child that wanders off. They daydream a lot. They fantasize a lot. They may speak about their dreams. They may have a very vivid imagination. You find they may be into like Disney movies, like fairy tale movies, science fiction. As a baby, I feel like they, how babies look up and like they smile, like they're looking at something floating in the room, like they're that type of baby. They might see angels and elementals and stuff like that, and I feel like they also like nature too. Get Virgo energy. Libra energy, Capricorn, Sagittarian energy too, but they just see the beauty in everything. Like they're like so connected to spirituality and nature alike. So they're grounded in the earth, but also they're in the spiritual too. So they believe in things like on a deep level. Like they talk about their dreams so vividly as kids or as adults. As babies, like I said, they may like watching like fairy tale shows, or like they might even be into fairies. If it's a boy, I feel like this group is like a girl, but if they're boys, they could be very sensitive. They could um, like I said, science fiction movies and shows. They may like Stranger Thing type of shows. They may like Harry Potter books. Like they're that type of kid. um, I get they like to read. That comes up with this one. Another thing, like they're hippies. Like they might be what you call a hippie. They may like to wear tie-dye. They may like to wear a lot of symbols on their clothes, hearts and stars. They may wear like galaxy t-shirts and dresses and stuff. Like, yeah, I don't know, it's interesting. Um, they may also be into science too, actually, if I didn't say that already. The low attributes of this person is like they have a tendency to get a little bit depressed if certain things don't go their way. This could be a child that gets spoiled because they believe that they can have whatever they want. So it could kind of borderline be like spoiledness. So they might throw temper tantrums if they don't get what they want. As adults, it could be like if a dream never panned out, they start disbelieving in certain things, and they start discounting their gifts and stuff. So um, sometimes they feel like they're so up in the clouds sometimes that they forget that they have to put in work in certain things, that not everything is meant to be handed to them. Or if they're trying to manifest their dreams, they kind of just feel like, oh, if I want to be a model, someone's just going to discover me and not do any work. Like they don't believe that they have to do anything to put that energy out there. So it's kind of a little bit borderline spoiled, or it could just be like they're too caught up in the spiritual to some degree. But let's see what else we get about them. The Queen with the moon. Okay, so they have a moon ruling energy, or they're very, very feminine. If it's a female or a boy, they're very feminine, or they have like Cancer energy maybe. They could have Cancer in their chart, or they could be a Cancer sun sign. But they, this is a child this may be an only child for some of you, or this could be the eldest. But they like to be at the forefront. This is an extroverted person, and it's funny that this isn't a unicorn, but it looks like a unicorn. It's actually a horse. Unicorns like when I see unicorns in readings and stuff, I think of mystic energy, I think of magic, I think of manifestation, I think of dreams. So they could be, like I said, they're a big dreamer, and they may believe that they're meant to be like famous or something. And who's to say that they're not? But yeah, they're very spoiled. I get like a princess vibe if this is a girl, like daddy's princess or mommy's princess. Like they're very spoiled, very adored, very loved. If this is a male child, they may be very, very handsome, almost to the point where they're like pretty, like in a way, like beautiful, like, and they know it. So I kind of get Leo vibes from this card too, maybe even Libra. But they're very courageous. They're going to be a prosperous person in life if they stick to their goals. They do have a loving nature to them. They are compassionate. I do see the intuitive side to them. They feel like they have something big that they're meant to do in life. As a child, they could be, they love attention. And I feel like this baby will get a lot of attention because there's something about them that's very piercing, whether it's the color of their hair. They could have like light colored hair that's like abnormal for like everyone in their family has dark hair, and they have like really light hair. Or it could be like a gray streak in their hair or something. They could have light colored eyes or something that other people in their family don't have, or something like that. Like they stand out, so they get a lot of attention. So let's see what their gifts are and their life purposes. All right, heart's desires, the Hanged Man, the Five of Batons, which is the Five of Wands, and the Judgment card. So yeah, they are going to live a very prosperous life. I feel like it's inevitable that they're meant to be kind of like the standout one. I get sports, so for the boys, they may be a skateboarder. They, like, I heard motocross. I don't know why I heard motocross with this, but they could be skateboarders into some sort of alternative sport. I don't know if that's what you call it, but that's just what I'm hearing. So acrobats and stuff. The boys will be very athletic, and the girls, I feel like they might be into like more of the fame, like the singing and the modeling and the acting. But if it's a girl that sings, they have a very beautiful voice actually, so I could see why they would want to do that. I get like pop star dreams and goals, or maybe could be R&B singer, whatever, jazz maybe, or they play instruments too. They're very, very gifted. But I just get this energy like they know that they're destined to be something out there, and I feel like they are. So their gifts could be singing. Their gifts could also be doing the unthinkable and the impossible, which is meant to inspire other people. Like, I'm going to beat the odds. They could be a little aggressive with their words. So some of them are Pisces energies. Some of them may have some Scorpio in their chart, Leos. But still, I'm getting like they're very, very out there. Like, they're not shy. These kids are not shy. Some of you are going to have kids with blonde hair or like really light colored hair, but this child right here is very like, they do it. So say, like, you know how you go on vacation and there's like kids, like if they have some sort of say you go to SeaWorld or something, and there's an instructor. It's like, I need one kid to help me with something or whatever. They'll be the first child to be like, I want to do it, and they'll be out there because they like attention. It's almost borderline Leo-ish, Leo kid, but yeah, they'll be the first one to like put themselves out there. They don't mind it. You might be a stage mom or stage dad. Like, they may really want to be out in the forefront, and I feel like they're meant to actually. So heart's desires is like, they're not only is their purpose to live out their life, their heart's desires, but to inspire other people to live their heart's desires. So they thrive off of support and maybe a little bit of direction. So I do see that, you know, what you can do for them is to support their dreams. Don't talk down to them, because kids get attacked at a young, their imagination, their dreams, and their gifts get attacked at a young age because they're told they can't do something that they want to do, or that they should not believe in themselves for whatever reason, or it's impossible. This child, like, even if you do say that, I don't feel like that's enough to stop them. There may be times where they get discouraged, but I would say, like, this child needs your support most of all. I feel they will have a lot of people that believe in them, because it's like, you know, if we look at it from a superficial standpoint, if they're an attractive child, or like a lot of people like, oh, you should put them on TV, or oh, she's very cute, or she sings really good, or he's very skilled, very gifted, you should put him in sports or something, or whatever. They have that support because like people could see it in them. So, but I do just get that once they get there, they're an inspiration to other people, because like they do things that other people wouldn't dare do. They step out of their comfort zone. Like I said, if it's a boy, he might do backflips just randomly somewhere. He might do some skateboard tricks and stuff, like just randomly. But whatever it is, I feel, yeah, they're going to inspire a lot of people, and a lot of people are going to support this one. So let me know if that was entertaining, if that resonated with anybody. Keep in mind, it's general, so not everything is meant to stand out and resonate with each and every person. But if you guys are interested in a personal reading, you know where to find me. You guys can check the links in the description for my special I have running. It's available all of October, my spooky sale. The information will be in the community section of my channel, or you guys can check some of my latest videos. I posted a video about my sale if you guys are interested. Also, if you guys have any suggestions for the next pick a card reading, feel free to leave it in the comment section. If I feel like it serves the collective, you guys can go ahead and comment below, like this video, share my channel. Greatly appreciate you guys. Much love. Take care. All right. Group number 4, final group, final pile. So this is a general energy reading. Keep in mind that not everything is meant to resonate verbatim with everybody. Also keep in mind that, you could already be pregnant with this child too, or you could, your partner could be pregnant, or you could be in the process of adoption, or whatever the case may be. So fit it to what resonates with you in your situation. So let's go ahead and see who your child is. Orphan child. Okay, so let's look at the positives, let's look at the shadows. So automatically, I feel like this will be your only child if you've never never had a child before, or if you have a child, like a child that's not yours, like say your partner has a child already. I feel like this will be your first child, and perhaps your only child that you have, or just like I said, like first time parent, period. Also could be that this is an adoptive child, or a child that was adopted, that was an orphan or something like that. Also this, I'm getting an introvert vibe from them, because usually they say only children are very independent individuals. They don't mind being alone. They may also prefer it. So this child may be very independent. They may be the type that likes to go off on their own. They spend a lot of time within themselves. They may spend a lot of time in their room. If it's a baby, they're like a do-it-myself type of baby. I also feel like they'll take to science. They may also be into like space stuff, so they may be very, very vocal about what they like at a young age. Like their room, just as a heads up, if you're having a boy, because I feel like this group specifically, these are boys, but it doesn't have to be. It could be like a girl. They may like their room to have like space stuff in it, or stars and stuff, like spaceships. And if it's a girl, same thing. Like they might be into science and the planets and stuff like that. So if it's a baby room and you feel led to do this for them, or if it's a child, because some of you guys may be adopting a child that's no longer a baby, so it could be that that's something that they already take to and like. So they're very fearless at the same time. So if they prefer to be reserved, it's for it's a preference, or it could be because they are introverted. But I get like they're not afraid to be by themselves, and they like it. So these are the types of people that like to take themselves out to eat, or go to the movies by themselves, or travel by themselves. Like they don't mind it. On the downside of this could be a person that has abandonment issues, or feels like they are afraid to get too close to people. They may avoid getting into relationships with people, or they don't have many friends, or they prefer like a small group of friends, or they're only close to their family for the most part. This also could be like a surrogate pregnancy or birth. But I just get like they may just feel like it's kind of like they don't feel comfortable amongst a lot of people. Okay, so let's see what else can we get as far as a personality. You have the organizer with Saturn ruling, so they could have Saturn, a sign that's ruled by Saturn. I can't think off the top of my head what that is, but they just feel like they have this inner understanding and knowing that they are who they are and where they're supposed to be in life. This could be as a child, young adult, teenager, whatever. As a baby, they'll be like very peaceful. They won't cause a lot of noise. They won't cry a lot. They won't keep you up at night. I do feel like, though, they're a night owl. So it could be a baby that does wake up in the middle of the night, but they're going to probably be like in their own little world, not keeping you up, not crying. Maybe they just want something simple like just feed me and they go back to sleep or something. They're not heavy. They're also well disciplined. This will be a child that likes to clean up their room. They may also be very organized, folds their clothes and gets their own school clothes out. Like, this is almost like a little man or a little woman or something. I'm getting. They may learn very quickly too. So motor skills, I think I said this for another group, that the motor skills with them will be quick and eat, like they'll be walking before certain babies at that, wherever their milestone is, like where they say that by 12 months they should be doing this. They already surpassed that probably by 10 or 11 months. They probably already did that, been there, done that. They're also very considerate, so they could be very helpful to the parents. They could be very helpful to you. They pay attention to detail. They're very discerning. They pay attention to their surroundings. They might be an observer, so they stand back and watch people, because it may come across like they're paranoid or they're not a friendly child if this is the case, but they just like to watch people, and they may be very discerning, like, I don't like this person. So this could be the baby that cries when certain people try to pick them up, like, nah, I don't like you, or I don't like your current mood that you're in. And they're very honest. So this, like, when they start talking, they might talk too much, or they might just tell you straight up what it is. As an adult, they'll be like that. They're very practical. They don't need a lot in life. They don't need a lot of toys. They don't need to go on special trips and stuff. If you tell them, I can't do Christmas for whatever reason, they're not going to get all upset about it. Or if it's a religion thing, they may understand it. But I don't see this person as this child as being like very dependent on things. So let's see. Got counseling with the builder. They got a lot of tarot cards that came out for them, by the way. The Page of Cups, the Strength card, the Chariot, Page of Pentacles, and the Knight of Cups. This child does remind me of somebody I know that's an adult. That's a Pisces, actually. So this person could be a Pisces. But if not, this person, their spiritual gifts is empathy. Very empathic. Very in tune with everybody around them. They may be like, Mommy, I know that you're upset. I could feel it. And they're like, I'm not upset. Or, Daddy, I could tell that you're sad. And like, no, I'm not. But they could sense things, and they'll call you out on it. Like, you can't hide shit from me. They're that type of kid. With all of these pages, they're definitely a messenger of some sort. And they love school. I feel like this is a child that loves to learn, especially if it's science. Like, they might not ever want to leave class when it comes to science. But I just see they're very sweet, very giving, but their spiritual gifts is like healing people, picking up on energies, and like expressing it and explaining it. So the Strength card can also be, I feel like they love animals too. Like, they might have like one pet in life. Like, it could be a pet that was there since they were a baby. If you guys live in like farms and stuff, they might have like horses that they take care of. But I get like they love animals and nature too at the same time. The gifts, it's inevitable with these the Chariot and the Strength card. And I'm getting water signs and earth signs, but also they could be a Leo, Cancer specifically too. What's meant for them is that they are meant to motivate and push people. So they could be a leader type, obviously, because if this is an only child, which I feel like for the most part this person is either an older child or the only child, that they're meant to be the motivator. They're meant to inspire. They're meant to push people to greatness. They are a teacher. With the Builder card, they could like be very artistic too. So they might build some very important pieces, or um, what's it called? Not landmarks, but like, say for instance, like the people that, and like, just say for instance, whoever built the Eiffel Tower, like they could do some stuff like that. Like they could be a part of big things, building and creating big things, inventors, counseling. This person definitely, they don't see just how gifted they are, but in other eyes, people look at them for advice, and they're healing through their wisdom. And they may opt to be teachers, you know, professors, or they love kids too. I'm seeing that they may take very well to children with the Page of Pentacles and the Page of Cups. They may very well like to, you know, work with kids, because I feel like they're a leader. So even if they're like, they have friends and stuff at a young age, they'll be like the pack leader. Like everybody follows them because they're like the mom or the dad in the crew or whatever at the same time. Like all the friends look up to them. They also may have some kids later on in life. So I don't think I got that for the other groups, but I'm saying potentially they'll have a family of their own. I feel like they really love kids, and it's almost like they could see the kids in them, or because maybe they feel like they're not really a child. So it's like, I don't know, this is a strange individual right here, not in a bad way. They're unique. So they may know that they're, you know, not an average child to some degree, and it could also be because they've been here a lot. They've been here before. If you believe in reincarnation, I would believe that this person's been here multiple times. Like this isn't their first go round. Their life path numbers could be 7s or 8s. They've definitely been here before. They're abundant. They have a very powerful, forceful energy. Yeah, they may also travel too, but this is an empathic person. Alright, so that was a reading. That was kind of fun. I hope y'all enjoyed that reading. I hope it resonated or just was entertaining, period. If you guys have a suggestion for my next pick a card reading, you guys can comment in the comment section below. If I feel like it serves the collective, we'll get along on that. If you guys like the video, feel free to like it, share the video, share this channel with someone. Subscribe if you have yet to. If you guys would like to book your own personal readings, you guys can check the description box below for more information on my readings. I do have a special running, if I didn't say that already. Check the community tab. It's the spooky sale, which is some of my most popular readings at a discounted price, and some exclusive readings at a discounted price. I also posted a video about it. Follow me on Instagram to keep up to date with me and certain things I have going on and my specials and stuff. Walu Child Readings on Instagram. Much love to you guys. I appreciate you. Thank you for watching.